I've been singing.
Hey guys, I wanted to make a video talking about my audition process with Disney, and it was good. I got a lot of pointers and feedback and things I want to tell you guys. So if you're getting ready to audition for the Disney College program to be a character performer, definitely get a cup of tea, get a cup of coffee, sit down, sit back, because this is about to be a long video. Alright, so things you need to do before you even go up to the audition is, of course, find out what day it is and find out if it's near you. Thankfully, Disney tends to come to Michigan twice a year. They've had auditions about an hour away from me, so there's no sign-up process before, there's no email you need to send in. All you really need to do is just check the date. If you haven't had your phone interview yet for a Disney College program, definitely tell them in the Disney College program phone interview that you will be auditioning to be a character performer. It just shows interest. It shows that you're trying to navigate through more than one path, and you never know, you might get picked. So things to know before you go to the audition: you do not need to have acting experience to audition, but it definitely would help if you had a little bit of dance experience. For those of you out there that are dancers, you're probably going to fly through the audition because there's a lot of dancing involved. For those of you that are like me, who are mostly music, that doesn't necessarily mean that you will not be able to audition or you have a bad audition. It's just that a lot of the audition relies on movement and dance. So if you don't have any dance experience and you're getting a little bit nervous, you might want to sign up to take 1 or 2 dance classes before you audition, or if there's a couple of months before the audition, definitely sign up for a few weeks just to get yourself used to standing in front of a mirror, looking at how your body moves, and also just getting used to someone calling out a routine and you having to perform it. Third thing to consider is dress. As I said, a lot of this audition is going to rely on movement and dance. So you can't come to the audition in jeans. You can't come to the audition, wearing your cute little dress that looks just like Minnie Mouse, because trust me, it's just not gonna work. You need to be prepared to move. So what I wore, and I'll include a picture of this, I wore yoga pants, black yoga pants, and I wore the tank top that I have on right now, black tank top, and I wore a green, just over the shoulder shirt over that. It's best to dress in layers, just because you don't know how your audition space is going to be, whether it's going to be too cold, whether it's going to be too hot. The audition space that was chosen for us this time, it was a very nice space. When we walked into it, it was very cold, so I was very glad that I dressed in layers. Also, if you have jazz shoes, you definitely want to wear those. The spaces that they tend to pick, I looked at a couple of the audition spaces, even though of course I wasn't going to Chicago, I wasn't going to New York audition, just to look at what spaces they pick, and it looks like most of the spaces that they pick are dance centers. And if you guys know anything about a dance center, you know that you cannot wear your street shoes on the dance floor, just because the dance floors, they get scratched up really often. They're made with this very expensive material, and they just, it's just really hard to fix. So if you have dance shoes, definitely wear those. If you have jazz shoes, wear those. If you don't have jazz shoes, you could do like I did. I've messed up my jazz shoes right before the audition. So what I did, I just wore socks. I didn't want to walk in there with my street shoes on. A couple of kids did, and they got some looks, but I just wore socks. So just wear a thick pair of socks. I had on black socks, and it was fine. So audition day, what happened? I got to the audition space probably about an hour and a half before auditions actually started, so I was like the second person in line. I put on my makeup. For those of you that are wondering, like, what do I do as far as makeup goes? I tried to do the soft palette look. I didn't want to put on too much makeup because, of course, Disney is a company, an organization based around children, so they don't want you walking up in there looking like Kim Kardashian, looking like, Lindsay Lohan or Kendall or Kylie. They want you to look young. They want you to look fresh, not that much makeup. So I'll insert another picture here. I really did try to keep it natural. I did put on some foundation, some eyeliner, and some mascara to make my eyes pop. And since I am a black person, a person of color, and as you guys probably know, there's only like one black Disney princess, I really did try to dress like Princess Tiana a little bit. Like, I didn't want to walk in and have people automatically say, oh my god, it's Princess Tiana. But I wanted to give them, subtle hints that I could be Princess Tiana. So I made sure that I wore a green top because she always wears a green top. I had my hair up, in a bun, because if you guys have seen The Princess and the Frog, at the end of the movie she has her hair up in like this really nice pretty bun. And I just, tried to do like my eye makeup and my lip makeup, how they do Princess Tiana's in the movie. Walking into the audition, how many people were there? There were about, I want to say 150 people there. For those of you that are going to auditions probably in major cities like Chicago and New York, I highly suggest that you get there early. I have not gone to a Disney college program or a Disney audition in a major city, but I have heard of people being turned away just because they have so many people and they, the space that they're in can only hold a certain amount. So if you're going to a major city, definitely get there early. If you're not going to a major city, I would still get there early, but maybe not, as early. There were about 150 people at my audition. And from what I've heard, that's like the median level. That's like the mediocre level. I've heard of auditions in New York and Chicago that had like 300. So yeah, you definitely want to get there early. I saw a lot of kids wearing Disney attire. Honestly, it neither helped them nor broke them. It honestly really did depend on talent. So I didn't walk in there with Disney attire on, and a couple people that I know that didn't get cut from the auditions didn't walk in there with Disney attire on. So if you don't have any Disney attire, I wouldn't worry about it. Just, make sure you're wearing something that you can move and dance in. So they broke us into groups and we were given a very simple routine to do. As they told us in the audition, I can't tell you or show you exactly what the routine is, but the first one was really simple. It was honestly just about energy. So throughout the audition, no matter what they ask you to do, every time somebody looks at you, just make sure you smile or you have a pleasant, face. Just make sure you're looking and you're understanding. You're not checking your phone. Make sure your phone is on vibrate or it's off through the audition. If your parents are waiting on you, just send them a text message. I'll text you when it's over. Make sure your phone does not go off, because there were definitely people whose phones went off and it interrupted a very crucial moment in the audition process, or it just didn't look good. So make sure your phone is off. First routine was simple. I'm not gonna lie to you though, I messed it up a little bit at the end, but as I said, I think the main thing was energy. And there were about I want to say 60 people left after that first cut, so it definitely went in half. So after the first cut, they measured us, Disney measurements. We got measured for height and You know, they took snapshots of us and just, you know, looked at our faces, pretty much trying to see, okay, is this a face person or is this, you know, a person that's going to be in full-on fur costume. And I had my hair up in a bun. And if you guys know anything about black hair, you know that it's really thick, really curly. So it was kind of hard for them to get my height measurement at first. So that was a funny moment. After we took measurements, we had to fill out another application form. It was very simple. It was only like a page and a half. And then after that, we did another dance routine. This dance routine was definitely hard. For those of you that have dance experience, you're probably going to fly through it. For those of you that don't, just remember the main thing that they're looking for is for people who don't stop. Don't stop, no matter what you do. If you make 20 mistakes, you know, if you mess up the whole routine, don't stop. Because if you're on stage and you're performing for Disney and you mess up and you stop, you're just, you know, if you were actually on stage, you would just look crazy. Just keep going, keep smiling, just look like, oh yeah, totally meant to do that. Or, oh yeah, you know, I'm making up my own thing. Just keep going, keep smiling, make sure your energy is as high as it can be. The second routine, I want to say about 20 people got cut. Then after that, they had a scenarios. They gave us 2 scenarios, and pretty much we had to do like improv and just imagine we were in the scenario and what we would be doing. And after that, I want to say there were probably about 20 people left. And then they asked us to do the dance again, and that's when I got cut. It was supposed to last 3 hours, the audition process, when I got cut. You know, I'd already been there for 4 hours. It was a very long audition. I was very tired. Honestly, when I got cut, it was kind of like at that moment where they were deciding, okay, is this a face person or is this a fur person? So I honestly wasn't even, you know, upset about it. The audition process was so tiring and I'd really given it my all. I was just proud to have lasted that far. So, as I stated before, if you're going to the audition, make sure you wear clothes that you can dance in. Girls, if you're gonna wear makeup, make sure that it's not too much. You know, kind of what I'm doing with my face right now. You know, I have on some eyeliner to my eyebrows a little bit. I have on lip gloss, a little bit of blush, you know, foundation. Just try to keep it natural. They want to see what you look like. They don't want to see what, you know, MAC and L'Oreal look like. Make sure you're there early, and no matter what you do, just make sure you're pleasant, you're nice, and you're full of energy. If you mess up, keep going. So good luck. If you have any questions, definitely let me know, and I hope I'll see you next time. Bye.